Friday night, and we are live. How is everybody doing? Deanna's in chat already. How are you?
Hey, Deanna.
Oh man, I'm super excited. We actually have something to do this week. We didn't stream last week because, well, we were working on filming a video, and I think the audio is working. I think the audio is working right off the rip this week. So I'm hoping.
That'd be a new experience for us.
It would be, especially if it was just working. That's fine.
Can you not be throwing stuff on the floor already?
Mind your business. Find out if it's working. She said she can hear us. I'm not getting any echo. Look at that. No audio issues. Yet.
That's amazing.
It is amazing.
That's a new thing for us.
Go team. So Deanna said she's got her Just Hit Print shirt on that she got in the last stream.
Hey, me too.
Mark, what's up, buddy? 5x5. Am I missing something already?
I can hear you 5x5.
Okay.
That means the audio is good.
Is that like live in Technicolor?
Stop yelling at me for my age.
Level your bed. Oh, she got the level your bed. Okay.
I should get a level your bed shirt.
You should. You should get all the merch. You own more of my merch than I own.
I like my coffee mug a lot.
It is a cool mug.
I love that it's big.
Pilot talk. Okay. I haven't started pilot lessons yet, Mark. Once this whole YouTube thing has made us independently wealthy, then I'll get my pilot's license.
Or if we win the lottery.
That's true. Cameraman Beau did buy a lottery ticket today. So, some cool stuff going on, guys. Atomstack reached out after the K1C video. Did pretty well. And they offered to send us out one of their newest lasers to check out and test. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're going to be unboxing and setting up a laser engraver. Not our normal cup of tea, but I do love having laser machines around because they're pretty useful for things that 3D printers just aren't. So pretty excited. They sent us a few accessories to go with it. So we're going to unbox those and check those out first. I don't see any reason to not just get right into it.
I don't either.
This seems like this could be kind of a thing. So, I don't know what is in any of these boxes other than the shipping labels that we have failed to peel again. We need an assistant.
Or just to get better at this.
Well, it's not my fault that we were... Yeah, that's good enough. It's not my fault we were off... collecting packages 20 minutes till showtime. This YouTube's first tag team box opening.
That is a thick box.
That is a thick box. That's like...
There's really thick corrugate.
6mm or so. Mark says he's trying to get this Arduino thing to work. Is this for that project you were talking about a few weeks ago that needed to get approved? I feel like there's sensitive electronics in this box because this is some thick cardboard.
There's also some of that good foam.
This is good foam. Oh, here's instructions. More good foam. I'll yeet that over out of the way. Okay, I know what this one is. This is the bed that they included. So when they being Atomstack reached out to offer to send us a laser,
I have some questions.
I don't have answers.
I don't know what that is or why it was in there.
So I asked them specifically if they would include the cutting bed, because one downside about these desktop style diode lasers is when you're cutting them, when you're cutting your stock on them, it's just going to go straight through to your workpiece, or your work surface rather. And I have some pretty good marks on the other workbench as a result of that. And I want to do more laser cutting. So with that in mind, they were very generous and did agree to send over their actual cutting surface, which is also cool because it's going to let air flow underneath of your stock that you're working on, which helps to prevent burning. So it looks like it's just these like steel teeth that are all going to slot together.
I don't know what this is, but it looks like a medieval weapon.
Well, it's steps 3 and 4. So that's actually pretty cool. So looking at the packaging, they have everything is really well labeled, telling you what step everything goes with. They included some tools, some decent looking instructions, which are color pictures. So we'll see how this goes. That's step 1.
I believe this little thing right here. This is step 1.
Wow, that is beefy. They used them thick zip ties, homie.
Yes, they did. Okay, so here's some M4 screws. That's step 1.
Okay.
They were zip tied together with these, so I'm guessing this is part of step 1.
I'm guessing you are correct.
I like this. So far, everything is very well labeled.
That's huge. So let's see. Got our instructions, and then if you don't mind, I'm going to use your screwdriver.
I do not mind. That is what it is for.
That's good, because I really wasn't giving you much choice. I was just doing it.
I didn't really figure you were.
Why do you not have a 3.5 in your screwdriver caddy?
I don't know. You need me to run and grab the case?
Nah, if it doesn't fit, we'll just use the Allen key. Oh, I see what you did. You went H2, 2.5, and 4.
The bits in there are the ones that came with the screwdriver.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting selection they included. So these are M4s, so it's probably going to be a 3 or 3.5. So let's take a look at our instructions here. So, okay, these pieces are going to go like this. Very, very nice addition of arrows on here telling us where things are going to face. So then one of these, are these both the same?
No. It's bigger.
This is bigger.
But that was pictured first.
Yep, so I'm thinking that this one is going to be the end piece based off of how this picture appears. So this is going to go... Okay, so I'm imagining this is going to sit like this with the R sticker up. Oh, okay, okay. I see, that just snaps in. That is really cool. I'm gonna start that screw by hand. Just this like a glove. You're making all sorts of weird noises over there. You doing okay?
My allergies are flaring up for some reason.
Do you remember to take allergy medicine before we started this?
I don't have any.
You never got more of that spray?
I do have some spray, but I feel like I need some kind of a pill, and I'm all out.
I thought the spray was supposed to have the same effect.
I prefer using both.
I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do that.
Well, I'm pretty sure I need to go see a doctor and get some prescription strength allergy medication.
They'll just prescribe Zyrtec or Claritin.
I want to get the shot.
I took allergy shot twice a week for about 4 years. It's not a one and done.
One of Nathan's wife's friends gets one every like 3 months. And she said it's done wonders for her.
That sounds like hocus pocus to me.
Nate claims hers used to be worse than mine.
That also sounds like hocus pocus to me.
Yeah, mine are pretty bad.
So it looks like what happens now is these here step 2 fellas are just going to slot inside of this frame. Now, yep. Is that gonna go in that way, or is it more? So it's gonna have to line up, or do they like go into their individual homes, I wonder? Okay, well that's flush there. So then does that come in? Ah, okay. Well, daggum, that's easy enough.
Okay, I like it, Picasso.
But I think I did that wrong. That looks like that's too much of a gap there. Thinking these pieces will slot in. Yeah, that makes way more sense. So Mark, are you able to disclose what this top secret project is yet? Or is it still top secret? Okay, so far, this is actually like a fairly intuitive assembly. I do wish that the pictures did just a little bit better job of showing how this stuff is meant to go.
I'm gonna be honest, after some of the other things I've seen you put together and some of the instructions I've seen come with, or in some cases not even kind of come with, this is a breeze.
This is really easy. Also, what a clever way for them to save on shipping expenses. Like, I would have expected this thing to have come like mostly assembled in like a large rectangular box. Okay, so what do we got going on here? Okay. Are they starting to splay out a little bit? I think they were. So far, these two end pieces here are only being held in by two M4 screws.
What if you stood this up like this? I see your problem. The second to last one here is not actually slotted in place.
No? Well, it was. Then it fell out. See? I think it was actually better down. Just because, at least when they're down, they're not going to fall. They don't run as much risk of falling all the way through the frame.
We need a better work surface for stuff like this.
I wanted to buy a new desk the other day, and you told me there was nowhere to put it.
Well, there's not.
Well, I could replace the one that we're working on now.
When we move into the new studio space.
You mean the old studio space?
Yeah, that or an altogether new studio space. Basically, somewhere with more space, you can buy whatever desk you want.
You mean somewhere with space?
There you go. I'm catching on.
I don't know. I think we've been doing a pretty good job these last couple of months of making do with what we have. Still top secret. Man, I don't like secrets. I'm the kind of person, I read the plots of movies before I go watch them.
You're wrong.
I don't want to miss anything. Also, I'm nosy as all get it. Okay, so that's interesting. The further is starting to walk away more. So I'm thinking that one of these neck pieces is going to have to hold this together.
That'd probably be this one.
Well, we have some more pieces in here that are steps 3 and 4, so we're going to find out real quick. Now, hold on. We just put all those in upside down, it appears. No? You know, it's kind of hard to tell, actually. Nope, that's accurate. I wonder if I actually loosen these end pieces just a little bit so they have some wiggle room. You know, like when you're doing tires on a car, you should. Oh, that's way better.
Okay. Hold pressure on this.
Hold on, this one's not all the way down. Oh.
Incorrect.
Okay, let's see what's going on there. Art that you've been working on for the last few weeks works. That's really cool, man. So, oh, that paper that they included goes on your work surface to prevent the charring from building up on your like tabletop.
Interesting.
Now, this shows. Okay, so that's if we do more than one of these. So then your piece here is going to go into the end.
But before we get there, I need to... These are not all slotted in somewhere. This
I don't think they have a slot.
Well, I mean this. Like the way they're slotted into this piece.
So then
there's a gap on all of these. So somewhere... something is not working. Here it is. And what's its issue? Okay. What is the malfunction here?
I have no idea. Let me see what we have going on here. Well, it's kind of looking like squareness is a slight factor here. And I think most of that is just squareness of our work surface. This guy should go in here, just like so. 2 more screws will lock it all together.
We get those all lined up now? Oh, good.
I would say they're lined up good or enough. So this is pretty slick. They included this T-slot on the top. On the top of the surface is T-slot extrusion. Like, I think, I got everybody. I think they actually put some solid development into this. This is different from every other one of these desktop laser cutting surfaces I've ever seen. And I'm sure that they designed this largely with the intention of flat packing in mind, but I think that was really clever. So, I'm fairly confident that they currently do sell or are going to be selling a frame extension kit for this laser. So, these in this bag are actually pieces to extend the frame if you were joining two of these kits together. So what's really cool is they've also got some rubber feet here, and then what's inside this magic baggie is actually so close.
Nailed it.
Work holding clamps, which is useful with the T-track. Now I will say, some of these that I've seen, some of these other cutting surfaces that I've seen, I do like that they're more of like a dog hole type clamping system.
This is step 3 and 4. You're getting a little out of order here.
Oh. Is that just like additional teethuses? Those might actually slot into these slots.
They could have not saran wrapped this and I would have been okay with it.
You're being way more delicate with that operation than I anticipated. Also, I've got these out, and these made real short work of. These really thick nylon zip ties. That's one of my favorite ways that I've learned to open zip ties. Okay, so we are going to have to probably undo that end piece, but it looks like, according to the instructions, these will end up slotting into these. Or not.
This seems a tad unnecessary.
So your smaller work pieces don't slide through.
That's fair.
So my only concern with this, though, is the possibility of these guys falling out if you, like, pick them up by it.
I would imagine the answer there would be don't do that.
Well, you know as well as I do. Stuff happens. But they go in pretty easy. They're just kind of floating there.
I imagine the anticipation with these is that, or with this thing as a general statement, is...
It has a place to live.
Yeah, you're probably just not moving it.
I'm probably an exception to a lot of those rules with my lasers, with how frequently they have to be kind of torn down and...
Figured it out. These rods get slotted in and lock these into place.
Okay. That's actually pretty freaking clever. So we just have to get all of these in place and then take the end piece back off.
I sure hope that's the correct order to do this in. We're not very good at actually following instructions, even when we have good ones.
I feel like it makes for a more entertaining show. But also, this is just how I do projects. I mean, you remember that time we took all the plastic stuff off my motorcycle and had bolts left over?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those bolts are still in Nate's garage somewhere.
Nope. They're in my living room. I took this home with me that day.
Even better. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o.
You noticed what?
Ah, that's why.
Little cattywampus.
This one is slightly twisted. See if I can freehand that back into place. Oh, wow, that bends easily. It's no wonder that was cattywampus.
Well, I'm sure these are, I mean, these are pretty thin gauge steel, and I imagine they were laser cut. Did you make it worse?
I didn't make it worse. And I think steel might be a bit of a generous term here. See, I fixed it.
Right. Fixed it.
It didn't go into place, and then it did. So yeah, I would say take this guy back off.
Not a lack of not following, or it's not a lack of reading the instructions. It's just more of a skimming the instructions.
It's more of a, oh, I see how this works. The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
It's like when I turn off the GPS because I'm confident I know where I am.
He doesn't, ever. Not even one.
So, I feel like this is a carefuling moment because I really don't want stuff to go flying everywhere. So they said, according to the instructions, those should just kind of slide through and, yeah, just kind of twist. Where are you stuck?
Right here.
I didn't realize that it was far enough down to be stuck there, actually. See? That wasn't even that bad. I've made way more grave mistakes than this.
Yeah, that was not a bad one, all things considered.
So that really tightens up the size of the work surface. What's up, Calyx? Calyx is complimenting your shelves.
Oh, hey, thanks, man. Video coming soon.
Sunday for channel members. As long as somebody doesn't play Pal World all day tomorrow.
No comment. So yeah, those are all locked into place now. That's awesome.
That's clever as heck. I'm thoroughly impressed.
Yeah, so far some good design on this.
Also, the thing's kind of hard to look at.
Yeah, it kind of hurts my eyes a little bit, if I'm being honest.
Okay, don't want to go any tighter than that. It's a little, I mean, those are a little bit bendy, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, check that out. And they're locked in thanks to those rails. I like this thing. Lets a lot of airflow get up underneath of your work pieces. Just super handy. Minimal tools so far. You also have these metal bars and these T-nuts and wing nuts that slot in here to the top, which is the T-slot extrusion I was talking about a moment ago. And these are clamped. So that is one thing that this work surface I mean, you can get a pretty good reach on those, but that's one thing where this work surface is, I would say, slightly limited in comparison to some of the others that I've seen. There's not as much room for additional clamping. So I feel like you have to get pretty creative with this. I'm not sure yet. Like, obviously this is just the first go around, so that's one of those time will tell kind of deals. Being said, this is a lot nicer than the other options that I don't have. And I should be able to use this with all of my laser engravers, which is even more exciting.
Yeah, because don't you have, like, well, 3 now?
Yeah, well, I'm giving Calyx one next week. Peanut and hickory nuts and walnut. I don't know what you're talking about, but that sounds kind of tasty.
What?
Mark said, and peanut, and hickory nuts, and walnut.
In regards to?
I don't know. That can go there, out of the way. Okay, so far, major props for including instruction. They were decent and appreciated. I fail to follow instructions a lot of the time. Use paper stickers. Oh, I get it. Mass manufacturing, they're inexpensive. All right, Calyx. Drop the link in the rtms Discord so we can share it for you, buddy. Calyx made a Polymaker TikTok.
Dope.
Yeah, share it with us and we'll help you out. I made a huge new makers order this morning. They have some new stuff coming out. They have new colors, which I'm really excited about. One of them is a neon yellow, and I'm super hyped for that.
I got 2 spools of the most exciting color that they sell.
White.
No, I just got some white.
White. Okay, so this shows these feet going on. Okay, looks like they want them to go like here. Seems reasonable. Yeah, I thought about that, but that's not quite as...
They were just a little bit taller.
See, I'm thinking like inside the frame. This is kind of one of those freedom of choice moments.
So you're thinking like right yonder? I hope you were thinking right yonder.
Yeah,
that's where this one lives now.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Oh. I feel like this is like you get maybe 2 shots at it kind of deals. So something I may end up doing is if these feet fall off, which I don't have high hopes of them lasting for a super long time. If those feet do fall off, I may just drill some holes through this thing and do some custom feet work. All in all, assembly was quick and relatively pain-free, and took less than 20 minutes for us to get in each other's way while doing. I think not live streaming and one-person show, following the instructions, 10-15 minutes.
This would have been way easier if we were across the table from each
other.
Oh,
definitely. Well, having to do everything for the camera does add complexity to whatever you're doing.
Yes.
Do you have a trash pile started over there? Or do you want me to throw this in the box?
I do not have a trash pile started. Make of that information what you will and do what you want.
So this hardware bag that's left over is the frame connector. It looks like they only sent one, which makes sense because if you need a frame connector to conjoin 2 of these together into one big super frame, odds are you already have 2. So it does make sense they only include one of those little bars. So you don't have a bunch of extras.
Those rubber feet hold it in place real good.
I'm excited about that.
Real good, like.
I'm excited to do some... We're going to have to laser something quick on stream. What exactly that's going to be, I don't know. Is Rick drilling that ball on Sunday? Yes.
I'm going to be honest, I don't know about all that.
What?
Running a laser with that camera in the room.
Oh, yep. Didn't even think about that.
Probably not going to run the camera on stream. Fun fact, lasers and camera sensors do not mix very well.
It's true. We can switch to my phone.
Don't like the idea of destroying your phone either.
I'm due for an upgrade. If
we could quickly wire up one of the GoPros, I'd be all right with that.
That's the problem, though, is that is so finicky, which is a real shame. Cool. So box number 2.
All right, that's this weekend's project.
What's that?
Sharpen this knife.
That is going to take you all weekend.
No, it's not. I'm going to take it to the belt grinder I have out in the garage.
So this box then will contain
another box.
the box within a box. Have my name on it anywhere? Nope. Or good cardboard. So, Atomstack told me when they offered to ship me this engraver that they will also have a autofocus module coming out for it later this year.
Some more very good instructions here.
Okay, so I have purchased 1 laser engraver and now received 2. This is by far, aesthetically speaking, my favorite Air Assist module.
That is hefty.
That is stout. Oh, that's good hosing too.
It is. It's also very thick-walled.
Let's see if anything else hiding inside of here. Nope. So, an Air Assist, you could do this really simply with a aquarium pump, but an Air Assist like this, where it's useful, is actually keeping a stream of air moving around the output.
They've given you a nice long hose too.
Yes, that's very nice.
Long length of hose.
So, what's cool with these is basically you fit it on this barbed fitting on the end, and it will force air through the other side of this tube, which moves in unison with your actual laser and keeps air moving. It helps to reduce how much charring you're getting on your workpiece, and does seem to help prevent gunk building up on the lens inside your laser, which is incredibly important. Like Beau said, another decent instruction manual, and it looks like this is actually going to be powered by the laser instead of having to use a separate power unit.
That's very nice.
So now it's not going to take up 2 outlets.
Yeah, straight up.
Oh, I like that a lot. So uses a barrel jack, which feels like a decent quality cord. However,
it is weirdly 2 different sizes.
2 different barrel jacks. I've never even seen a barrel plug to barrel plug connector before. Personally, I think I would have rather seen this be USB of some variety, because this feels like the kind of thing that you need to not lose track of and not let get damaged.
I'm curious to know if you could get another one of those on Amazon.
Well, it's marked what the size is. 3.5 to 5 millimeter barrel jack.
I'm gonna just check Amazon real quick.
Oh, and because this laser uses light burn, you can tell it one way or the other if you want to run the Air Assist. That is really rad, and I'm actually going to hang on to those instructions. I know, shocking. But this thing does feel really well designed and is super stout. I'm curious to know how loud it ends up being in comparison to some of my other Air Assist modules, which surely you could sub out for. Now, one small point of grievance that I have, and this might just be putting the cart before the horse. However, because these are literally air pumps, there is very often a lot of vibration produced from these, and the rubber feet on the bottom of this are minimal. So I'm curious to see how that actually shakes out. But yeah. Okay, that is a stout connection. Buddy.
$5 for a 2-pack of those on Amazon. That's impressive.
pull that out.
Good night.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so far, I have been incredibly happy with everything that's come out of this box.
The quality of everything that, I mean, what's the price on this?
Haven't looked. I
I
have not yet looked.
would say for the most part,
Find out.
whatever it is, it's probably worth it because the quality of this is good.
Let's find out.
Everything that's come out of that box has felt high quality.
Okay, so let's see here. The Air Assist module, $90. And the cutting surface, I don't even see that cutting surface on their website at a quick cursory glance. $100. That cutting surface would have been $100. $90 for the Air Assist and $100 for that cutting surface. And I feel like both of those things are going to make my upcoming laser projects that I have planned that much better.
The cutting surface, that seems a little high to me. It does feel like it's quality, but it seems a little high for what it is.
From what I've seen, it's comparable in price though.
The Air Assist, however, $90 for, I mean, that feel...
You could get by with doing the same thing with an aquarium pump. However, that feels like unit.
That is a high quality feeling air compressor.
And that could just be because the weight we're feeling. I mean, you and I are both very biased towards something feeling heavy equates quality in our brains.
Well, because usually it is.
That's fair. So now I'm really excited to get into the actual laser itself, because everything else has been really solid so far. Like, it genuinely feels like this could be a great way to start a little laser engraving slash thin material stock cutting, like, side quest. Like, this is only a $400 laser.
Also, the packaging on all of this has been phenomenal. These cardboard boxes are thick. They're using this really good flexible foam.
That's a thick boy.
Wow. Oh, wow. Look at that.
Oh, they're actually giving you software setup?
With pictures.
Okay. That's a beefy transformer.
I mean, it's got light burn installation instructions in here.
You know, I had to buy... What's a real bummer is I had to buy Lightburn after the last laser video, but it's pretty decent. I still prefer to use the Xtool software.
I mean, granted, this is 5 languages, but it's a thick instruction manual, too.
More good foam. Okay, now this is nice. I do not have to do any belt routing. It comes pre-routed. I am going to have to, however, adjust these eccentric nuts. Oh, this one's got end stops. This is the first laser that I've had that has actual end stops on it.
My guy, this is a braided. Look at that.
Donks.
If you can see this.
Hold on. We'll come back to that when we can hit the zoom.
Fair enough.
Quality tool bag. I'm going to throw that over there on your side. That wasn't just Cameraman Beau's nickname in college. Be careful, that might be attached to something larger.
It for sure is.
That we have not yet got to. Okay, so that's going to be... I'm guessing the mains board and stuff lives in there.
I would assume so.
Okay, decent sized laser.
You know how they said they were going to have an autofocus?
Oh, they have a button for it.
They were thinking ahead on this one.
I'm really excited for them to send us the autofocus over. So this is going to have a decent amount of assembly. Doesn't feel overwhelming though. Especially not now that I've put a few of these laser machines together. For what it's worth, it passed quality control.
Again, I'm back to everything I'm feeling here. Sliding these back and forth on these rails feels like quality.
Stout.
All of these brackets are really thick.
Stout.
Like the pieces of that like cutting bed or whatever, some of that was pretty thin stock and pretty flexible. This stuff isn't at all. This is very thick, very stout.
Ah, dag on it.
What'd you knock over?
My cup.
I'm shooketh.
Yeah. Of all the things, I put it there to get it out of the way. I'll be right back. Entertain Beau.
What are you doing?
Going to grab a paper towel to top that up.
I wouldn't worry about it, but I'd get that air assist out of it.
Well, that was part of what I had to get up for. I just thought it'd be... I thought I was just going to get up and let it sit and stew.
That seems fine to me.
That doesn't. Boy, I hope that still works.
So, already, before we've even all the way assembled it, Rem has ruined it by spilling water on it.
Well, that's kind of sad. That's the most catastrophic mistake I've made in the history of this channel.
You hired me.
You work cheap.
He's right, I do.
You are within my budget.
Paid in milkshakes.
You're kind of like an intern. You're getting valuable editing experience.
Oh, this is nice. I'm guessing this is to adjust the height of your laser to your workpiece. And it's two different heights. One of them is 8 millimeters for engraving, and one is 4 millimeters for cutting.
Yes, that is a focusing tool.
I think you're a focusing tool.
Rude. Well, that's a bummer. We'll just let that guy hang out there and dry a little while. Out of the way. Okay. You have the destructions over there on your side?
I sure do have the destructions.
Okay. Been through this a time or two as well. I'm impressed with this metal quality, though. Probably aluminum, if I had it to guess.
These are 100% not aluminum.
Nope. Those are steel.
This is way too heavy to be aluminum.
I think the extrusions are still aluminum.
I would assume so. There's no reason for them to be steel.
But
because of the way they're made, they'd be very hard to flex.
I love that there are end stops. What's really useful about that is being able to physically place where things are. Okay, got another one of these long McRails. You're offering internships now? Well, we do.
I've taken the only one.
They're certainly not for school credit. Yeah.
Or money.
I thought that was implied under internship.
Well, I get paid in milkshakes, so...
That's true.
Not sure if that's payment or a perk, but I like it.
Did you remember to claim that on your taxes?
Well, I haven't filed them yet, so no.
I need to do mine, too. Okay.
Oh, so these actually are the feet.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah. Okie dokes. So this guy. Okay, these top-down instructions are only slightly annoying. Made in China. Yeah. Okay, so. Oh, it looks like there might have been one extrusion that didn't make its way out of the box. Unless
I'm holding 1, 2.
okay, one of these is also going to be the axes. The actual laser head's going to have to attach to one of these. That's not going to ride on just that. Laser modules are hefty. So
I'm holding the thing the laser module rides on, I think. Or it's that one.
Right.
It's that one.
Yeah, because this one has a x-axis end stop on it. So then we have one more rail, one more extrusion. Yep. It was hiding inside the box. So then I'm going to move this one. We don't need it for a moment. So both of those are going to be kind of look like they're those holes. No. Okay, let's think a little critically here and also grab tools.
At least according to this picture, the way that we're looking at this one goes over here, this one goes over here.
Okay, so this is where these photo-based instructions are really problematic. Because they don't do a great job of showing you where everything is. Being said, I'm thinking this might actually be the...
Yeah, I think this the one the laser rides on.
The laser carriage. So then this is going to... Yep, this will be over here on my side. I'm thinking. Yeah, that's how that looks. Gotta love it. Okay, so we need M5 by 25s. M5 by 14. The next question, however, is the orientation of these pieces of extrusion.
What? Because these holes need to be here.
Tracks with me. So...
Gonna use that fancy schmancy screwdriver.
You don't have an M5 in there.
I have an M5.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. You know where it is. We'll be right back, gang.
It's in the...
And we're back. I'll tell you what. I'll hand you your fancy schmancy screwdriver. And we can each fasten up a fastener on our own side. Because 2 hands are better than 1 or something? I don't know. Twice the fun.
Ask anyone.
Okay, so then this rail...
I know at least one of our viewers is going to appreciate that joke. Unfortunately, he's currently sleeping.
Nah, he'll watch it in the morning. Okay, so that's actually pretty clever. So this will go into here. So that way it is receiving belt drive from... Hold on, before you do that. That has to go in. So that way the belt can be driven on both sides.
I'm thinking... those set screws are going to need to be loosened up first.
Very possible. They did include some pretty decent Allen keys with this.
I'm straight up not having a good time right now.
What is your problem?
I just dropped a screw on the floor.
You are having a bad time. No, they don't need loosened, they'll need tightened.
Oh, the magnetic tip in this is nice. Oh, dope.
It's alright, this is your first machine assembly.
It's my first machine assembly here.
Oh yeah.
Why is this locked?
Oh man, it's your screwdriver.
Yes, but you used it most recently.
Can't argue with that. Give her the old flipperoo. I really like this like bluish green gray color happening on these pieces of extrusion.
Yeah, it is a good color.
The coating on here feels pretty sturdy. Where does one apply for an internship? Well, we don't currently have any openings on account of we're already limited enough for content ideas that having more cooks in the kitchen would probably result in more chaos.
Everything we do results in chaos.
Well, I didn't want to be the one that said it. I guess you will.
I'm gonna get these feet on next.
This one will be next. This is the one that... This is going to go over there on your side. And for that, you need one M5 by 8.
Oh, I'm also gonna need one of those T-nut things.
That's a flash drive. Is there not a screw in there?
Oh, there's a screw hole in there. I'm wrong.
Oh.
So I'm guessing I need an M5 by 14 as well for this one.
Yep. Yep. Dog's over there operating the camera.
That's a good boy.
You talk to him.
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay, so 14 goes closest to me. I guess realistically, that I guess this piece of rod didn't need to go through. It could have passed through. You know, whatever.
Oh, good.
What?
Those threads were not cut well. That do nothing but cross thread into there.
Well, if you look as well, looks like this belt needs to come through there. So that's going to be part of what you got going on. Even some tension, it looked like. It's a pretty decent design. Let those belts come through there.
Alright.
That's not too shabby. Let's see. Calyx asked how long. Where are you going? That stays on your side.
I was gonna put the other foot on. I
I
assume it goes on the opposite corner.
was actually kind of following the instructions a little bit because that's actually part of the footwork, that whole control box. That's why we got 2 of those. Did we only get 2 of those? Do we have another one of those hiding over there on your side?
No.
That goes in the front.
This goes on a different corner than the feet. So there's a foot here, foot there, and then this has this on it, which kind of looks like part of that foot bracket.
That is a foot bracket there.
Okay, so I need another one of these and another one of the shorter ones.
Are we short a foot too? Did we miss something else?
Where are you seeing another foot?
What's going to go over here? There's no support over here. You know what I'm saying?
Check back in that box.
There are supposed to be 3 of those supports. Aha, it was hiding in the depths of the box. Oh, Calyx asked when we're going to 3D print Nerf darts. And Deanna asked when we're going to 3D print her light box. I think both of those are very good questions that I don't have answers to.
What colors do I need for that light box?
Whatever colors you want to make them. Did you ever open the file I sent you?
I think I did.
Because I really like the one that she did in just black and white. It kind of gives me the vibes of like a whiskey label with the font that the designer used for the logo. Like it looks kind of like it reminds me kind of like a Jack Daniels type situation. Oh my gosh, yes.
You still need one of these?
Is it a 14?
Yes.
Yes. Guys, I'm being serious, and it's not even just because how much I like the LTT screwdrivers. If you do any form of what? If you do any projects at all that involve repeated assembly of things that you don't necessarily want to use a screwdriver for, I highly recommend getting a decent ratcheting screwdriver. It will.
Did you perchance mean you don't want to use an Allen key for?
No, I meant that you don't necessarily want to use power tools for.
Ah, you said screwdriver.
Oh. Let me see that.
This?
Yep. That's the good news or the bad news? As with every other laser I've ever assembled, we just put this together backwards.
Fixed it.
You most certainly did not. Unfortunately, there's not a quick, easy fix for this. I mean, Calyx, technically we could power it on. It's just not going to do much of anything. Wow, you really hammered those boys in. Calyx, this is not going to take 52 weeks to build.
This is why I don't like building stuff on live streams.
Okay, well, you can get over it. Because it's not going away. This is not nearly as complicated as that enclosure build was. What do you mean
I meant to do that.
What do you mean it's been an hour? We haven't been building the laser for an hour. Okay. So. We've only been live for an hour. Please put that back where it just was so we don't get them mixed up again. So this will go in there like this. See the long hole. I think the confusing part about this is they show one of these as being laser etched with the Atomstack branding on it.
Okay, so this needs to go somewhere.
Yeah, it's going to come over here and serve as the foot.
I would like to have you bring that back out here.
Okay.
And I would like to double check that. Okay. So that antenna just goes like that?
According to the instructions, I'm guessing, because so if you look, this is the only thing that's long enough for that to be a factor in.
Yep.
So it's going to have to. So I don't think that's going to be an issue.
Okay.
It's the Wi-Fi antenna, so.
Fair enough.
So. I think where I got confused on this was because the instructions showed, here's a long boy for your side if you'd like it.
I already got one.
Hey. The instructions showed one of these as being etched with the Atomstack logo on it.
Yeah, and it most certainly isn't.
I kind of thought that it was supposed to be, and then instead it was that sticker. If I'm being completely honest with you. Was that your interpretation as well?
You know, I just wasn't really sure, if I'm being completely honest.
That's fair.
I was more just trusting you.
So then round corner out, I'm thinking.
Sure. Makes sense to me. Hey, where's your LTT screwdriver?
I was using it for a project at home the other day. My doorknob got loose, so I had to tighten my doorknob.
You know, I had that same thing happen, except the doorknob to the bathroom door.
And the next time it happens, I'm pulling both screws out and Loctiting them because it's become a recurring theme in my life.
Fun times.
Definitely very annoying.
Now these feet can both go on
the
here,
back,
right?
Yep. I think it's really clever that they gave you the belt hole so you can still access and tension the belts. See guys, we followed the instructions and still I managed to get it wrong.
It was a team effort, really, getting it wrong.
But this is much simpler than messing up something on a Voron because it's only like 12 bolts total. Like, this thing uses an astonishingly small amount of hardware. But lasers are really simple.
I would imagine primarily because you manually adjust the Z before the start of a project and then it never moves.
Dude, that's why I'm super excited for this one, to get the autofocus kit for it. I'm very excited for them to send that to us. Being said, our second time around took way less time than our first time around did.
So this is here.
There's a 14.
Right there's a 5.
Ah, a fiver.
Thanks, don't you know?
Okay, so this is going to go to the end stop. Honestly, not a horrible assembly process. Not nearly as fiddly as that code. Ah, got her, my dude. Not nearly as fiddly as assembling the Cobra Go was. Give me the bit back.
I'm glad we didn't do that on a live stream.
There was so much anger and frustration.
Yeah, you would have just heard us yelling nonsensical stuff for about 3 hours.
It was more complicated somehow than a normal like Ender 3 assembly was, which is part of why when we do our 1,000 subscriber giveaway video and we give away that machine, I'm not disassembling it all the way.
Just take the gantry off and ship it like that.
Yep.
Yeah. This is dope.
Yeah. Really excited. I am really excited about this. Okay, so
Where'd you put that other piece?
this piece?
It's the one.
This is the front of the machine.
My question was just, does this have to run through this at any point? And I don't think it does.
The laser module also does not.
Okay, so we could probably go ahead and tighten down these.
Kind of the way it's looking. It's a really kind of clever way to cheat to dual belt to drive situation. You're gonna need the smaller one for that operation.
Sure am.
There you go, homie.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, sir.
Oh, that's nice. These are kind of bald on the one end.
Yes.
It's the little things in life.
Yes.
Oh, it's at the end stuff. Okay.
Wow. This is several screws. Kind of impressed.
What size is this? I would like that to be just a smidgen tighter.
Did you get both of them?
Yes.
Then I wouldn't be too concerned with it, honestly.
Yeah, that's annoying already.
What?
This being steel and this being super magnetic.
Nah.
Thanks, Linus.
These are pretty good. They were easy to access.
Fair enough.
And with them just being set screws, they don't need to be super strong. So you're gonna need that over on your side.
Hold on. Let me go in first. I've got one of those belt things over here.
Ah. And then we'll actually also be putting some M3 screws in here. So this is going to be... Actually, I'm not snugging this down all the way yet.
Should I unsnug this one?
Yes, please. Just a smidgen. Because this is calling for a couple of M3x6 screws. So I want to make sure, because I'm sure these are
I see.
for the alignment of that.
Yep. Makes sense.
So you're gonna need to, and you should have in your screwdriver bag or slot there an M2.5, which I think is what you need. So, Builder's Mark, how is Project Giganta Printer going? Yeah, these M3s are just serving, I think, for alignment and then just a little bit of reinforcement. My guess is mostly alignment, though.
You got both ears in?
Yeah. Yep, so you can snug down whatever you want to snug down. All right, boom.
Yeah, that's solid.
Yeah, it's not going. I don't think that's gonna go anywhere. Okay, so now we need the M3x6s again, and those are going to affix our cable chain in place, which is going to curl in this direction. You are a gem.
I do my best.
So something else I noticed about this machine is there's also an HDMI port to be able to add a screen, which
That's neat.
is kind of cool. I will say, I have never felt, thank you, that made an astonishing amount of difference. I have never felt with my X tool limited in any capacity by not having a screen for it. And the screen on the longer Ray 5 that we actually received for testing a few months ago was a nice enough upgrade, just not a true necessity in my eyes. But then again, my first laser engraver experience was also one that just didn't have a screen, so. All right, so now this mounts on here. I'm gonna rotate this 90 to get a better look at what's going on. Oh, that is nice. So that's gonna bolt. There's snap in just like so. That's a good clip. What's interesting about that that is in there. Okay, that just lives there now. I don't want to pull too hard and yeah, that's what I was trying to. He's a little snug. Look at you go.
I do what I can. Were you pushing down on the tab?
I was. Those just always make me nervous. So I'm not sure how these are gonna route out without giving more cable through here. Because these cables have to reach up here to the other side of this breakout board. Unless only one of them does. Y motor, X motor. Okay, so
I don't know which motor is which.
Y is forward and back. X is, well, okay, so looking at the front of the machine. Y axis is forward and back. X axis is left to right. I wonder if there's actually just instructions in here.
Probably.
Okie doke. So we have a wire extension here. Oh. Oh, these tabs are in color, guys, which is really nice. Okay, so then we can actually go ahead with these screws first and get that in place. Now that I realize we don't have to try and extend or manipulate those wires. Carefuling.
Carefuling.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna start the other one there so you can let go. Teamwork, friends.
Teamwork makes the screws go into place.
True dat. Okay, cool. So then this guy can go back in here. Okay, that's good. This is the end stop, so this can probably sneak on through this hole. Making like a snack.
Make a snack.
And that's gonna go right there.
I sees it. I sees it.
Heck yeah, buddy.
That seems to be in there.
Okay.
What's this blue one go to?
The Y motor. Which this is the Y motor.
Why?
Why ask why? Okay.
Wait. Take that one out so we can just tilt this up.
Clever. This one gets loosened anyway.
I'm not fully convinced that's gonna reach.
I'm not loving that. Okay, it will.
You get that tangled around it.
Yep. So that is something to be mindful of during the assembly.
Hold on. Let's make sure it's not tangled around that neither. Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay.
So then, just as a quick sanity check, I'm actually going to go ahead and plug this in now while we're over here.
You got that going the right way?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Does this need to be coming out here or over here?
Well, the instructions really aren't doing much of a show me. Nearest I can tell, so
You know what? Gives us a little more room to work with if it comes out over here. So it's going to come out over here.
Okie dokie smoky.
It also makes getting these holes lined up a little bit easier when everything's not crammed in there incorrectly. Imagine that.
Crazy the way that works. Still though, the fact that they included drag chain. And the cables are all in a loom inside of the drag chain, so all of my other lasers, I've had cable loom, but the addition of drag chain is really nice. Keeps all your stuff contained. Probably be easier if you tip her up.
It probably would.
I was
probably correct about that.
I was saving that step.
Oh.
Just because I wanted to wait until we were like at this point to be able to tip it up. I wasn't saving it because I like really wanted to do it.
I was just doing it because it felt like something that would get forgotten.
Okay, so then over here. This gets routed over here. That is stepper. These may need to be unconjoined, but I kind of would like to leave them as conjoined as possible. Thanks, Fran.
I felt like that might make it a little easier.
Okay, that goes there. That goes to the laser module. This comes over here. This plug is conveniently named laser module.
That's handy.
There is an expand interface here as well, which I'm guessing that's going to be for the Z adjust. And I'm thinking this could... I don't know if rounding under or over is going to be better, so I'm going to try...
Nope, under.
Okay.
For when that goes back.
That was what I was concerned about with under, actually. Ooh. Not a very secure fit. There it goes. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay.
That's McDope.
Alright, so now I want to check the eccentric nuts. So, eccentric nuts always are kind of a pain to adjust.
For those wondering, Rem is an eccentric nut.
That's rude. I'm actually content with those. Honestly, I'm happy enough with how all these V wheels feel.
I love how labeled everything is on this.
Yes. The end stops on there are a nice add-on. I think we can go ahead and start thinking about adding on our laser module. Now what I'm curious about is... Oh, that's a pain. So it does dovetail on, which is nice. But there's nothing stopping it from going too far. This feels like if there was going to be a place for a thumb wheel, it would be focus adjustment.
We're going to want to turn this around.
Yep. Yep.
Probably pick any of those holes, honestly.
Okay, there's a couple.
I would not pick that one. Unless you're planning on only using it with the doohickey.
How many holes are there? I was going to actually put...
There's 4 of them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I was actually going to use a couple of them.
Oh, is there more than one?
Yeah, they gave a few of these thumb screws.
Oh, handy.
Here. Yeah, if you want to grab that. Yeah, there's 2 of these thumb screws, and they're... There's 12mm M4, but they're thumb screws, which is nice. I do like that there are several, which means that you can really make sure that your laser head's not going to flap about in the breeze.
This is kind of a pain in the butt, if I'm being honest.
Yep. It's the downside of thumb wheels as you're...
Just getting them started. Once they're in, they're actually not bad.
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, I'm not really that worried about it as soon as that autofocus unit comes in.
Yes.
At least that's my long-term goal. Being said, though, in the interim, it's not a bad way of doing it because you can... That was way too tight. We got 2. Quick adjust. Then again, I think you're... That makes sense. You were doing that with your right hand. Left hand dominant.
I was doing it with my right hand at the correct angle for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had all the torque to go into that.
Yeah, you're doing it backwards for you.
Yeah, it's just a right-handed laser focus assembly, I guess. Okay. Well, the actual main part of the build is done. They included a USB drive, which actually looked like a pretty cool one. I can't speak to whether it's a good one or not, but they included a nice looking USB drive because you can print USB. So it looks like your options with this are going to be tethered via the computer, via USB, and then also over Wi-Fi because there's a Wi-Fi antenna on here.
A Wi-Fi?
A Wi-Fi. So set it for the destructions. Yeah, the rest of this is all Lightburn setup. Lightburn and laser gerbil both.
And then 4 other languages.
Yeah, they're also advertising the screen, stuff for rotary, the air pump, and the cutting surface, which is pretty cool. So that is something that I'm going to have to find a solution for, is if this is how focusing is to work on this unit, just having this flying around is not a good solution because I will lose this within 15 minutes of putting it down.
You could design a bracket that would VHB tape onto this front foot.
Yeah, that's true.
To just slot this into.
That's not a bad idea. Now, so we have a laser built, guys.
When was the last time you looked at chat?
I don't know, 10 minutes or so ago. The last thing that was said was when Deanna said she wants to send us the light box once the PO box situation's handled, which is awesome.
You get that handled yet?
Mostly. They also included this really nice wrench, like an actual wrench for adjusting the V wheels, not one of those like laser cut.
Oh, is that what that's for?
Yeah.
I was like, we didn't use a wrench for any of this. Also, why is there just a cable tie around this wrench?
Because the Allen keys were fastened to it.
Oh, also, if we would like to secure some of this stuff a little bit.
But those are for the air assist as well, which is what I was actually... I don't think we're going to find any instructions about that in there. I wanted to see how this air hose needed routed appropriately. Well, interestingly enough, they don't really say. That's not a very good diagram of that. So, I mean, I guess I could just do what I've done on other lasers and just let it flap around, but I thought it'd be kind of nice for it to be able to... I wonder if it's meant to be able to go through those holes as well. It's easier for Beau to get a second printer than for me to get the PO box. Well, okay, that's mostly true, but when he got the second printer, he got to go to Micro Center. Going to get a PO box involves having to go to a government entity. Post office is just a testament to man's arrogance.
I'm gonna have a third printer before he gets the PO box set up.
That sounds like a challenge. What are you
And
gonna
I
buy?
don't even want a third printer.
That's a lie.
I don't even need a third printer.
That's the truth. Yeah, this looks underneath of there. Our cutting surface. Industrious. Now, interestingly enough, the cutting surface, I guess because there are... Now that's another thing that I feel like doing some printing for is going to be valuable. Easily positioning this cutting surface would be nice. because it doesn't take up the whole build volume of, it doesn't fit or fill the entire underside of the laser. I'm gonna grab the air hose and see what can be done about routing that.
I don't love that.
What?
This cable just kind of dragging on there. I don't really know what to do about it, but yep, I got nothing.
Okay. Here is DOS air hose, which needs to end up out here.
Yep.
That is its end point. So what I'm curious about is if it can be routed. No. I mean, maybe? I think it would be really neat and orderly. I wonder if that's what these cutouts are for. Because that is really a nice fit. The instructions don't really say. Dana says that the UPS does boxes too. I don't know if our UPS does. Well, I've been inside of there a couple of times. You know, I don't use the air assist all the time. Still room to reach that end stop.
It's tight.
Which is okay, because that's not a part that's gonna flex or move.
See if you can get it. I don't love that.
There's slack on there. I'm curious if this air hose, because it's super long, will fit through this drag chain. No, it's not gonna happen. You know, this is also not, I mean, while that's nice, is not, strictly speaking, a huge necessity. Like, it'd be kind of cool because you could zip tie this wire loom to it. I think a nice touch would have been doing a cable loom across this axis as well, or a cable chain.
Yes.
I think that would have been pretty handy dandy.
I will say, overall, granted we haven't run this yet, but everything about this, I mean, like Rem just said, a cable chain would have been really nice, but not necessary.
Max this out here.
But everything about this feels pretty good quality, to me at least.
I'm very happy with the build process. The instructions were solid.
That's a huge thing, is how good those instructions were. Would it help if this was moved towards me at all?
Maybe a little. I'm just trying to get this fastened to something.
Yeah, I don't like that cable just dragging.
To your point a second ago, though. Oh, nifty. That I like. Oh, that's...
Is that magneted into place?
Yes. Oh,
nope.
So
magnets are the best, in case anybody didn't know that.
One of my grievances with my X tool is the laser safety glass. I have to use tools to remove. That's just magnetic. And that is amazing.
Magnets are the best.
That is super awesome. That's going to make keeping this clean super nice. I'm sure that's actually also intended to come off for focusing. Love that, though. Love that. That seems fine for a moment. So...
You've missed it, mate.
I do wish there was a good solution for properly securing that. So this can come... What is a snug fit?
Well, it's barbed, so...
It's also it's a bigger diameter than my other lasers. That's good hosing.
Which I feel like means it can move more air that way.
Yes. See, when you're at full extend, that's...
Oh, I see what you've done here.
That's a perfectly acceptable...
Yeah, that not so much. That literally just went under the laser, which is a problem.
I feel like, though...
Oh, I don't know.
Well, we have plenty of zip ties. I'm not trying to... Are you at max out?
I'm at max out now.
Okay. That won't end up doing any good then.
Hold on, let's use the proper tool for this. There's at least 2 sets of snips somewhere in this room.
Yeah. See, what I'm thinking is just one of these zip ties loosely bound on the y-axis would allow for movement of everything, but not interfere with movement of anything.
I agree with what you're saying.
So I think just loosely bound on there. Oh, that's the wrong solution.
Yeah, that also pushes this into your drives over here.
Dang, man.
I don't.
There's got to be a better way for this to happen.
Yeah, it's what Atomstack.
Yep.
Yeah, Atomstack, so far, really good. Everything is pretty great here, at least without using it, except for needs to be some management for that cable. Are you just going to tie it with a piece of PETG?
Yep. Something that has some inherent elasticity, some flex, but is still decently rigid. I feel as though... So Prusa actually is where I'm stealing this idea from. They put a piece of 3mm nylon in... Is this enough to go over twice? It's not. But I don't even need it to go all the way to there. So what I'm attempting to make happen here is I want this to, when it comes, bend upward. I've done a big brain here. So I'm actually going to undo a couple wraps of this.
Why don't we just zip tie it in place?
I was thinking the adhesive would be beneficial. I guess zip tie will work for a quick trial too. I might go back and put some pieces of electrical tape around this in a couple of spots.
Yeah, I would offer, but I don't think I have any rolls of electrical tape here, which is annoying because that's something super handy to have.
It's also something that's come up on several projects now. So if you want to grab that end, or are you just holding it?
I'm just holding it.
This taut. You're taut. Oh yeah. I feel way better about that.
That's a little bit of hillbilly ingenuity right there.
Mark suggested,
but it works.
Mark suggested a piece of fish tape too. We don't have a fish tape either. So, heck, I'm gonna just go ahead and bind that in a couple more spots because I think we're gonna call that a permanent fix. I don't think Green Gate 3D intended somebody to use their gorgeous filament in this manner, but I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't either. It works.
See, my thought process with this was PETG is less prone to being brittle than PLA is. Oh. Were you interfering with the clamp?
Look at the table.
Yep. Fun fact, kids, stepper motors are generators.
Yeah, that freaked me out for about 2 seconds.
I'm gonna bend that up a little too. I don't particularly want that just poking into stuff.
Probably wouldn't be a problem if you snipped it.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like the solution for that is going to end up being hitting it with the tape down the road. I'm happy with that fix. I'm really happy with that fish.
Yep. I like where that's staying now.
Yeah.
Maybe we missed something in the instructions or something.
No, there was definitely not anything in the instructions about where to bind that.
But definitely there needs to be a fix for that is not grabbing a spool of PETG and putting some pieces of that on it.
Well, yeah, because not every laser person is also going to just have spools of 3D printing filament around. They are complementary hobbies, but they do exist independent one another entirely.
Yeah, and somebody that doesn't just have that lying around is gonna need a solution for that, because just having that drag down there, I don't like that. That seems not great to me.
Being said, now it's got some personality, because it's got that pretty purple filament sticking out.
Is that what those vases are printed out of?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that filament.
Okay, so now this is another mild point of potential concern for the future. This flexing over itself so much.
I don't think it's hard bending enough to be a problem. It's looping decently. I think that'll be fine. That's another thing though, where you could print something that kind of clips over this and then has a radius here.
Like a strain relief.
Mm-hmm.
That would just push this straight up. Because that I way prefer.
Yeah, you could just print something to clip over that.
Yep. Being said, I'm super happy with this. Overall, the process, not too bad.
I love how rigid everything feels.
I love the aesthetic.
It does have the color of it is not something I would have picked if I had a color option, but I do like it.
It's got that like industrious gunmetal.
Like looking at this on a website, I don't think I would have picked this color if there are color options.
Okay.
Seeing it in person, I do like it.
I am glad that I doubled up on the filament strands. I feel like that just extra bit of strength is... I feel like that'll also be better once I wrap a couple loops of electrical tape around that to just keep it from wandering. for a quick fix. Not too mad about it.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, I guess at this point, the next step is kind of to power it on and test it. Being said, we don't have a good place to do that at the moment, aside from your kitchen table.
Yeah, I'm thinking that might be a thing for another day.
Yeah.
Maybe at some point this weekend or this week, right out in the garage.
Yeah.
Plug it in and
Play around with it. Yeah.
maybe make a short little video of just engraving something that's already out there.
Yeah, I kind of think that's it. I mean, overall, the build didn't take too terribly long. Again, with everything that I do, it would have taken less time if I didn't screw it up. But it wasn't that long of a build, really. I mean, in under 2 full hours, we had the laser and the work table, the cutting mat here, fully assembled. So I'm really happy with that. We even did a quick fix troubleshooting session on it and got that going. Oh, you wanted to show that cable.
Oh, yes.
Okay, we're on zoom mode. So go ahead and show them your cool cable, because that is really freaking sweet.
So this cable, one end is just a USB-C.
Higher end towards me.
Iron towards you. One end is just a USB-C, but this end is both. It's a USB-A and a USB-C. So you can plug it into whichever port you have available on your device, which is super handy.
Why that is so convenient is if you've watched some of the other laser videos that we've done recently, I had to buy a Type A to Type C dongle so I could actually use my laser with my MacBook. What else is cool is the interface on the exterior of this is also Type C, which means I don't even need this fancy braided cable. I can just use any Type C to Type C cable that I have kicking around, which is awesome because most of the phone cables that I have are Type C to Type C, or I call them phone cables, but most of the wires I have is Type C to Type C. So being able to just carry the tradition of only having to have one wire handy is super nice.
Yes.
So that is fantastic. Thanks, Deanna.
Thanks, Deanna. We appreciate you.
Mark, I didn't know you got a Mark IV. Do you like it? Mark V. Oh. A Mark IV or Mark V? MKV. Did you get a Prusa Mark IV? If so, do you like it? Because I kind of want one. I don't have a great reason for it. I just want one.
It's because it's a Prusa.
It's just so good.
It's actually just because you have a problem.
I'm addicted to buying 3D printers.
Not one person here knew that.
I'm putting that on a shirt. I am definitely putting that on a shirt.
I'm addicted to buying printers.
Yep. Could do a filament one too. I have a filament addiction. I bought 10 more spools of filament this morning. Oh, okay, Ivan Miranda's. Okay. The giant printer that Mark is building. That's gonna be like the size of the room that we're streaming in.
That seems ridiculous.
Yeah. Did I show you the pictures of everybody's Orange Storm Gigas they've been printing with?
I don't think so.
It's like 1,200 cubed or something crazy.
That seems ridiculous.
Could you imagine the possibilities just printing furniture and stuff?
Yeah, I could print a doghouse for my dog in one piece, like in one go.
You could. You definitely could. Be a lot of ABS.
Would be a lot of ABS.
Being said, you have a spoilt indoor dog, he would not stand for that. At all.
He is spoilt.
He is. He's a good boy though.
Come here, Dogzell.
Diesel. I know it'll get us attention. Diesel, I have jelly beans. Did your dog move out?
He might have left.
Where'd you go, dog? You want a jelly bean? Come here, buddy.
Is he still here?
Yeah, he didn't move out.
That's good.
He's just sleeping on the couch. We should have got more jelly beans at the gas station.
I go to the store this week. I'm going to see if I can't find some more of those.
I know you can. Diesel, are you coming? There he is. I've created a monster. This dog is addicted to jelly beans.
Come here. Come on. We'll eat your jelly bean, you dingus.
Maybe he doesn't like the red ones.
Come here.
Come here, buddy.
Come here, Diesel. Come up here.
He says, normally I'm getting yelled at.
Come up here. You got to get out from under the table first. Good job. Don't lick me. Don't lick me in my face. Eat your jelly bean.
Oh, man. All right, guys. Well, without having a great place to test this thing, I think that's kind of where we're going to leave it. I haven't really printed a whole lot this week. Been really addicted to Pal World. Put over 60 hours into that game in the last week. And it's taking over my life. Send help. So I'm sure in the not so distant future, expect a video about 3D printed Pal World stuff. Because it's been fun. You have anything for the live studio audience, buddy?
No, not really. Thanks for tuning in, and y'all have a wonderful evening.
Stay safe. Have fun. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate each and every one of you. And there will definitely be some follow-up on this laser to come. Have a wonderful weekend.